Cimoooooooo! What's going on, guys? It's Cimo, and today I decided to bring you part 2 of my 1,000 subscriber special that's probably about a month late by now. But you guys asked some amazing questions, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get right into them, and stick around because the giveaway will be right at the end. So to start off, Ricky Firefist asks, how old are you? I'm actually 20 years old. Nathan Nicholson asks, where do you live in America? I actually live in Las Vegas, Nevada. To follow up that last question, Alka Ninja asks, do you play poker in Vegas? Well, since you have to be 21 to play poker in Vegas, I don't technically play poker in the casinos, but my friends and I will get together and play that every once in a while. Orochi Sasuke 7 asks, what do you do for a job/career? Well, I'm actually a student in college right now. Namsu360 asks, what got me into Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, I mean, I guess it was really just the show when it first came out. I was just completely enthralled by this show, and just the whole idea of, like, the monsters being, like, in full-fledged holograms, like, that just totally got me. And so, from that, I just bought the cards, and I've been playing ever since the starter decks Yu-Gi and Kaiba. Anthony Harper asks, why do you like Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, I feel like the game is just so fast-paced, especially now. Like, I've never been into, like, Magic or anything like that, because I feel like it's just really slow with, like, the mana build-up and all of that. But Yu-Gi-Oh's just always been my favorite, and, you know, I've met some really cool people through the game, so that's also part of it as well. Goosey Q asks, what is your favorite card and why? And for me, that's an easy answer. It's Neo-Spacian Grand Mole, hands down. If you've been around long enough, you'll know that that's actually the first video I ever did a Tech Tuesday on. And the card is just so good. Having the ability to just bounce stuff back, I mean, oh, it's amazing. I've actually been on this quest to find an ultimate rare Grand Mole, and I have yet to still get one, so here's to hoping one day I will. Leroy France asks, what is my favorite deck of all time? What makes it so special? And what's my favorite card in the deck? So favorite deck of all time, hands down, is Destiny Hero Beatdown. Now, not a lot of people might know what this deck is, because this is from a way long time ago, but oh my god, this deck is just so much fun. It's so nutty, and just some of the plays you could do with it are just absolutely ridiculous. And my favorite card in that deck probably has to be Destiny Hero Disc Commander, because the fact, if you played in the format where Disc Commander was legal, you know how fucking good that card is. It is just so insane. WheezyLeaf90383 asks, what's my favorite rarity, and my favorite card that's in that rarity? Well, my favorite rarity is Ultimate Rare, hands down. I mean, that is just, Ultimate Rares look so beautiful. I have such a thing for Ultimate Rares. I love them. My favorite card in Ultimate Rare, that's really hard, because there's some really amazing looking Ultimate Rares. I'd probably have to say Breakthrough Skill. I mean, Breakthrough Skill, oh, Gaga Cowboy though, that's also another really good one. So one of those two. Nalidia asks, have I ever topped a regional? No, I haven't, but I've gotten very, very close. Sans Bros asks, what do I like to do in my free time other than play Yu-Gi-Oh? And there's a couple things, you know, I like to play my Xbox every once in a while, video making, obviously, so there's a few other things. Halfthis S asks, what's my favorite movie? And that one is so easy, it's Elf. A lot of you guys asked about what my favorite video game is, but Junior Spartan 0622 asked what my top 5 favorite console games are of all time. So I'll just simplify it and do my top 5 favorite games of all time. I don't think there's really in any particular order, but Metroid Prime for the GameCube, Final Fantasy XII for the PlayStation 2, Call of Duty 4 for the 360, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, actually a lot of Sonic the Hedgehogs, and yeah, I think Sonic's gonna have to take like 2 slots in there somewhere, probably like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube. Jean-Sebastian asks, since I have an Xbox, will I be incorporating that into my videos, or whether I'm gonna strictly stay with Yu-Gi-Oh? Probably gonna strictly stay with Yu-Gi-Oh unless they release like a good like Yu-Gi-Oh game for the 360, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. RoninFrog87 asks, what was my motivation to start Yu-Gi tubing? It's actually really funny. I just saw Underworld 6667's little ad for the next great Yu-Gi tuber, and I was really thinking to myself, from all the things that I see people do, I could do that too. And so I just decided to submit an entry. All I had for a video was my Tech Tuesday with Neo-Spacian Grand Mole. And Dan said he'd let me in as long as he saw that I was producing content consistently. And here we are now. Rocky100 asks, where did Cimoooooooo come from? And I know a lot of you have actually been wondering this. Cimoooooooo is actually my last name, and back in high school, a lot of my best friends now, they started the nickname for me during PE class. It was just Cimoooooooo, and so I just thought that would be perfect. It's so catchy, and like people just remember it really easily. Sevtamir Sheev, whose name I probably just completely butchered, asked, why are you so hyperactive in your videos? This is actually my natural personality. I naturally just have a lot of energy, and so I know people are like, oh my god, he's so hyper, he drinks like 50 cups of coffee and shit. No, I'm normally like this. I'm not like as energetic when it's like in person, but when it comes to just doing videos, I just have a lot of energy. Yu-Gi-Oh! Asks, what do your non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing friends and family think about your channel? They're actually really supportive of it. The fact that I've hit so many subs, when I tell my friends that, they always ask me about it, and they're like, holy shit, you're at that many now? And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? So, no, they're really cool. They actually think it's pretty cool that I have a relatively successful channel. Duelist King asks, who's your favorite Yu-Gi tuber besides yourself? I'm not that egotistical, trust me. But, oh, that's so hard, because there's so many people that I really like. I mean, RJB0, P-Bunny, I mean, I could just really go on. There's just so many amazing Yu-Gi tubers that I really couldn't just pick one. Gravekeeper1990 asks, what has been your favorite Yu-Gi Tube experience? Hands down, going to the LA Regional and meeting P-Bunny in person and working on that video for the next great Yu-Gi tuber. That was so much fun, and I can't wait because he's actually coming next week here. So the fun's just gonna keep going. Galactic God asks, what would you consider your favorite video that you've posted on YouTube thus far? Noble Knight players be like... The Brick Boy TV asks, if you had to get rid of all of your cards except for one, what would it be and why? That's actually really hard. I would either probably keep the 101 that one of my best friends gave to me as a gift, or I'd probably keep the Exciton that I pulled out of a blister pack. The Other White Nerd asks, mono-deck formats or multi-deck formats, and why? There's actually positives to both. Like, mono-deck formats I feel like are very skillful because, you know, if you are the best with that deck, you should be able to just totally trounce everyone else because it's just all mirror matches. But multi-deck formats, I really love the diversity of them because it's always so fun having to account for all the other different decks in the format. Very similar to now, we have like 4 or 5 different decks, and it's pretty fun. So I would have to probably say multi-deck formats. Giga Dread asks, how many times have you gotten top 4 at your locals? And what was the best card that you pulled out of a pack from your locals winnings? I've gotten top 4 at my locals a lot. I mean, a lot. And... best card, I think I pulled an Artifact Sanctum out of Primal Origins when they were going for like 60, so that was pretty sweet. Tyler Gianchetta asks, do you follow any sports, and if so, what's your team? College basketball is just my addiction. Like, I love this time of year because it's just non-stop chaos. I don't follow a specific team, but I root for a lot of different teams, but yeah, I mean, I just love watching college basketball. It's such an amazing sport. Rusted Nation asks, DN or Dev Pro? And I would have to go with DN, you know? It can be a struggle sometimes if you're playing an opponent that doesn't exactly know what they're doing, but I really like the interaction of it. It's the best way to simulate a real in-life duel. The Fixie asks, am I in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Team, and what my opinion is on people who are? Way back in the day, at the regional that I almost topped, I was a part of a team, so to speak. But yeah, I have nothing against people that do it. It's actually really good for players who can't really afford all the best cards, because then you're having a pool of cards that you can all share with each other. So it's actually a really good way to play the game. 3D the Game Freak asks, do I think net decking is good or bad? I feel like net decking is good when you first want to learn out how a deck works. So you can look at the deck, you can even play it if you want, and then actually learn how to play the deck from that build. But then I feel like what you should do is, once you have an understanding of how the deck operates, then you should go and build your own deck from scratch. So then that way you can formulate your own theories and test out your own strategies. The Anarchist asks, favorite archetype, and what's my favorite card in that archetype? Monarchs and Ryza. Fiendmaster69 asks, what makes me the most salty when I'm playing a game of Yu-Gi-Oh? The thing that I hate the most is when I'm playing an opponent and they take back a move and I let them take back that move just because I want to be nice. Like, you know, if it's like a locals or anything, it's not really that big of a deal. And then they end up winning because of that. You know, I kind of just feel bad at myself for letting them take that move back. So I really can't get mad at anyone but myself. So that's what I hate the most. Bren the Dragon asks this ridiculously long question, but to sum it up, he's basically asking about the idea of a Yu-Gi-Oh app that players can use during a tournament, like on their phones or their tablets, to help them look up card rulings or card text, things of that nature. It reminds me of the Yu-Gi-Oh episode when he's playing Dungeon Dice Monsters and Yugi's like using the help screen and all that, but I feel like if you're going to that high level of an event, that you should know your cards and you should know your rulings. I feel like that separates the top echelon of players from the rest. So that's what I think about that. And the last question, Thrash Amy asks, would I rather be defeated by 108-year-old kids playing Clifforts at the same time, or be defeated by one 80-year-old player that's playing Moki Moki? If an 80-year-old Moki Moki player can beat me, that would be fucking amazing, and I would be honored to be defeated by that. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The winner of the giveaway is TheShadowReptile. Congratulations. Go ahead and send me a message over on YouTube and we'll get your prize over to you. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I know this is about a month late and we're actually bridging 2,000 subscribers right now, but I knew I had to make this video and get it out to thank you all. So thank you all so much, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.